We know who we're going to be watching in Vegas, guys. Exciting stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the games wasn't that. I mean, it was a little BTA tonight, but at least we got to a conclusion.
The semifinal games will be great.
It's got to be. It's got to even out.
Yeah, there's brighter days ahead. But I mean, listen, the Spurs got this done with exactly what you said, Steve. They stayed true to their game.
Yeah, I mean, they're an athletic team. You know, their pace, their speed, they got in the paint, they got to the free throw line. Too much for the Lakers. The Lakers had a hard time containing them, taking the ball out of the basket. You know, they couldn't get any easy opportunities at the other end. They couldn't really find that rhythm, get over the hump. So Spurs were great. You know, they got tested too at the end where the Lakers brought it back, crowd went crazy, and they were able to kind of weather the storm.
That's where Darren Fox really comes in clutch. I mean, he does such a good job of steadying the ship. You know, and we saw earlier on in the Spurs season, there were some games where things would go bad at the end of quarters, end of halves, but Darren just does such a good job of coming down. It's not necessarily making a big shot, but just giving them poise, giving them like a sense of calmness. And tonight he did hit big shots.
Yeah, I think they just needed him. He's a guy that's a floor general, like we talked about, a guy that can change his speed and pace at any time. But he made the right plays. I think the only time the Lakers really got a chance to get back, like we said, they settled for those tough threes and took those late shot clocks. That's the only time the Lakers had an opportunity. Outside of that, when they moved the ball, got 2 foot in the paint, found their shooters, and got to the free throw line, the Lakers couldn't do nothing with them.
And 48 points off the bench. Like, none of us, I don't think, saw that coming with 48 points off the bench. We knew that they would emphasize pushing the pace. We knew that they would use their speed, but we did not know that their bench would step up like that. And this is with Wemby out. So we're talking about just a team that once Wemby comes back, you have guys that have battle tested, they've built confidence. So when you need these guys, they can step in, plug and play.
Yeah, the Spurs are now 9-3 without Wemby this season, which is just incredible. We got to take a moment to talk. Stephon Castle had 30 in this game and came up huge for his guys, Blake.
Yeah, he was great attacking, downhill, putting the right people in pick and rolls, getting to the rim, drawing some fouls. He's playing with a lot of poise, and he's doing that thing that we always talk about. He's using his athleticism to create for others, and it's showing. He's been really, really good for them all game long. Change of direction, quick lay, getting back on defense. By the way, he also sat down and defended. He guarded Lucas, switched on the AR. He made the night tough for multiple guys on the defensive end. So I love when I see these young guys come in and have this offensive game like this, but also come down and influence their team defensively as well.
Yeah, it's been so exciting just seeing all the young talent in the NBA this year. But we got to talk about the other side of things. The Lakers, I don't really know how to say it other than that defense, not good.
Yeah, defense wins championships. So we're talking about actually having championship aspirations, and they serious about it, then they know that's not the way to get it done. And you got guys in that locker room that have been there. They understand what it's going to take. So they understand that they got to fix that if they're serious about winning the championship. Obviously, they can score with the best of them, but they have to get stops. And when you're talking about a team where you got 3 or 4 guys where we could just space you out, isolate you, and get in the paint and create a mismatch, that's not going to work.
And it's a lot harder when you got a real speedster on your side. And with that, it is time now for Best Seat in the House presented by Wayfair. We welcome in Darren Fox.
Look at Cornet. Look at Cornet.
I told him y'all need to get my shirt.
Oh, Darren, I need one of those.
Uncle Lou.
they just passed them out in the locker room. So
we need those.
Yeah, you got to save one for Blake Griffin. Incredible, Darren. Thanks so much for joining us. I mean, huge win headed to Vegas for the NBA Cup semis. And we said in the studio that this team stuck to their identity all game. What has become the identity of the Spurs, and how did that lead to success in this one?
We want to be able to speed the game up. You know, pick up. Obviously, they have 2 guys averaging over 27, 28 a game. So just try to make it tough on them. And, whenever we get stops, make or miss, we're trying to get the ball down the court and play fast, but not in a hurry. And I think we did a good job of that all game. And our blemish this year has been our third quarters. We won the third quarter, so we felt good about ourselves.
What up, Darren? It's Jay Wall here. I just wanted a question of, how are you mentoring Dylan Harper? And also, what is your role knowing you're a clutch player and you can help Wemby out and help those guys close those clutch games out when you're ready?
I mean, for me, those guys are ultra talented. There's not a lot that you can just teach them skill-wise, but just about the game, about the NBA. And for me, for him, I just want him to continue to get downhill, continue to play the way that he plays, regardless of who's on the court with him. And I feel like whenever we share the court, when I don't have the ball, I draw attention. So I play off the ball a lot, and those guys get to do what they do. And I think it makes us better as a team.
Darren, great game tonight. Steve Nash here. Just wanted to ask, what do you think the potential is for this squad? I mean, you know, Wemby's ceiling is unprecedented. He's obviously going to get a lot better, but he impacts the game so much, especially defensively now. You just mentioned the other young guys. They have a leader like yourself. Harrison Barnes has been huge. How far can you guys go this year?
I mean, I think the sky's the limit, especially for the talent that we have on this team. Just from the first guy to the 10th guy, I think we have so much talent. We've had a bunch of McDonald's All-Americans, first-round picks, but we're continuing to build, and I think guys are continuing to learn how to win. And you know, obviously this isn't a one-season thing. We want to continue to build through the years out, but I think the sky's the limit for this group.
Darren, Ms. Blake, man, congrats on the win. You know, we just talked about some of the supporting staff, but I want to talk about the guy on your shirt. Yeah. I mean, obviously Wemby's been out, and that's a role that is almost impossible to fill. But talk about how good Luke Cornet is, and just how he plays his role, and that's it. Also, one of the funniest teammates I've ever had. If you have a good Luke Cornet story, I'm sure you already have tons.
Nah, Luke's been great, man. Just one, like you said, on and off the court, he's been great for us. And I mean, you feel like he's one of the best backup bigs in the league. And then obviously, you know, Vic goes down and he steps into that role just seamlessly. Obviously, Vic is a tough guy to step into, both offensively and defensively. But Luke's been excellent for us. And I mean, this alone, like you get a game-winning block, and the first thing you think to do is that. It's like, how do you come up with this? But Luke is great. He's a great dude, but just being around him both on and off the court, like you feel his energy.
Absolutely.
Darren, you did hear great night tonight, but you guys pretty much dominated the whole game. But there was a time when the Lakers made a little run. But I noticed that time when they made the run, the ball was in your hands. You got everybody where they needed to go, and then you end up being a recipient of somebody getting the paint, spraying to you for a three in the corner. Can you talk about just, even though you're a young guy, you're still like the veteran to these guys, and when games get close and young teams usually fold and make mistakes, you're the guy that gets those guys poised and make sure everything goes the right way.
Yeah, I think just figuring that out. Like I said, with such a young group that we have, you know, winning games like this are tough. You know, you're playing against a team that has guys that won championships and done this and done that. But you know, you go up 20, then it gets to 15, then it gets to 10, and you're on the road. Now it's like it's put up or shut up at that point. So for us, they look to us. But like I said, man, the talent that we have in this locker room and the young guys out there, they still go out there, they play to their instincts, and I think good things happen whenever you're poised and do that.
Darren, you said something I love, which is that you all play fast and not in a hurry. John, I know that resonates with you.
Yeah, you know, Darren, they always say there's a lot of comparison with us with our speed and our ability to get down the hill and get to the paint. What is your mindset when you put 2 foot in the paint, like you're finding your teammates making plays and knowing when to be aggressive and score?
Yeah, I think it's so tough for a lot of guys who have the attributes that we do have. You know, like I said, you're playing fast, but at some point, some guys just get out of control with it. And I think that we're in such control. You know, we can start, stop, get to 100, get down to 50, get to 15, back to 70. Like, whenever you're able to change speeds like that, I think it's much better than just being able to run fast. And once I learned that in this league, and once I touch the paint, I think good things happen. Either they collapse and I'm able to kick the ball out. They don't collapse. We're one-on-one. We finish at the rim. Like, there are so many options that you can get to whenever you get there and play off it too.
This matchup in Vegas is going to be incredible, elite talent on both sides. I think that some teams may hear they're facing the Thunder and they hear an uphill battle, but what do you hear?
I mean, that's a team that just won a championship. I mean, they're on a roll right now, and obviously that's a tough task. But at the end of the day, we go into any game and we feel like we can win. So like I said, we have a talented group. I feel like we can beat anybody. And in this league, crazy things happen. You know, I think their one losses to Portland, who I don't even know if they have a winning record right now. But you know, not to slight anybody, but you know, that's a team I think right now might be looking on the outside, and you know, they beat the best team in the league. So anything can happen on any given night.
Hey, we love it. We're hyped. Come on, Darren. Listen, we are going to be in Vegas, and that means you got to bring some extra shirts. Blake needs one.
Yeah,
I'll ask them if we got some more.
Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Great to
Thanks,
see you,
Darren.
Darren.
Congrats, man.
Congratulations, brother.
See you in
See you in
Vegas.
Vegas.
Keep getting in that paint.
I'm Taylor Rooks with NBA on Prime. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to see interviews with your favorite players, experience the most exciting moments from around the league, and see what the NBA on Prime crew is up to all season long. And remember, you can hang out with us live each week during the NBA season, only on Prime.